Everyone, welcome back. Now we're going to solve the new question number 85 in pod connectivity. So it is that we need to create two namespaces, front end and back end, and we should have pods in these two namespaces, and we should check the connectivity between these using different things like pod IPs, DNS names, and service DNS. So let's get started. As part of this, first we should be creating a namespace. So I'll just create a namespace with the um, front end, and I will create a namespace with backend, and then I can use a run command. I'll just copy this and -n backend. I just want to change it to the backend pod. Then the backend pod is created. Similarly, I want to okay, so create this in front end, and I want to name it as front end pod. So this is also created. So if you see, this both are in this two namespaces and these are running. I want to check the communication between them using pod IPs. So for that, let's say I have in backend this one and front end as this one is running. So I want to ping one pod using another pod. So I'll do exec -it. I think exec is fine. Uh, Let me verify it. Yeah, and let's take like -n backend pod hyphen ping. I want to ping with the IP address. So one thing we will do is um yeah, I'll just do like hyphen wide. Similarly, this, and I want to ping the front end pod using its IP. Okay, so I think curl command. Okay, it's just to test the connectivity, right? So if you see, it's successfully pinging this particular IP, and yeah, that is a proper communication between them. I'll just show you. So that's what. And if you see, I want to expose the backend service into a service. Um, so for sorry, I want to expose a backend pod into a service. So I will use like expose command. You can always do using -help, and let's say I want to expose this pod. So I'll just clear this, and let's say I want to expose the front end pod. So I will mention it as front end, and by default Nginx containers or expose it to 80, but yeah, I want to expose it to 80 only. Front end SVC. So I think we need to provide the namespace as front end, and okay, so let's remove that. And I want to expose it. Now if I get SVC in front end namespace, this is the one. And one more thing I want to do is I want to so we have verified that pinging between the front end and back end. Now I want to ping it using a DNS name like this. So let's say I want to ping a front end using a backend. So what I will do is exec -it, and I have to use a backend namespace. Then I'll be able to ping it. One command is already they are mentioned in question, that pod IP. So we can take which pod IP we need to ping. From backend I want to ping the front end, so I just use it, and namespace is also there. So I have to take like 192 dot. Instead I have to take like this dot. The namespace of the front end is front end, and I have to use this part, pod.cluster.local. So this is basically okay. So I think I missed the curl again. Oops, my bad. Couldn't resolve. Okay, I think we can try replacing with the exact IP. Yeah, so it is showing that we cannot resolve it. Okay, I had a typo here. Hmm. Yes, so yeah, this is the way we have to ping it. Like the IP address dot frontend dot pod dot cluster dot local. So this is like directly you are using the DNS name of that pod, but actually what happens is the pod IP gets refreshed every time when it is recreated. So this is not a good practice. So, what is the other way? The front end is having the service, right? So, from the back end, we can ping the service, and from there, the DNS will be resoluting, and the kube proxy in the back, it will translate that at particular IP. I mean, it doesn't translate, basically, it forwards that traffic from that IP to the real port IP. So that is a best practice where we can ping the service first, which has the stable IP compared to the quad IP. So what I will do, let me not clear the screen, it'll be easy for you. So we can use the service DNS, correct? So for that, if you see the service, we have it. It has a cluster IP this way. One way is you can do the same thing, and you can do, instead of this, you can use a service name. Our service name is front end SVC, I guess, and SVC dot namespace is front end, and we have it like pod dot cluster dot local. Similarly, we should use svc dot cluster dot local because we are using the service. So it's like the service name dot namespace dot svc dot cluster dot local. Similarly, we have used previously pod ip dot namespace dot pod dot cluster dot local, which is a bad practice. Now we are using this thing. So if you see, even with the service, it is able to curl that front end, and it is able to return us something, right? So that means our service, the DNS resolutes it into the um, particular service, and that will be resoluted. Traffic will be forwarded by the queue proxy to the real pod, which is front end pod, and it will return the data to us. That demonstrates a solution for this question. Thank you so much.